What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Planetary Reviews, and I am here for my most anticipated fighting game of the year, which was Injustice 2. Now, I loved the original Injustice. I thought it was really cool, great story, great gameplay, very accessible, but it was a little lacking for me, so I was hoping they would improve upon in the second one. So, did they? Let's talk about it. Let's start off with the story. The story is extremely well written. It basically takes place after the events of the first one. Superman is imprisoned, and then out of nowhere, it turns out Brainiac decides to go, hey, I destroyed Krypton. I want to go absorb the knowledge of Earth and become all powerful. So, yeah, I'm going to come down and destroy stuff. And it makes it so that everyone that was part of the regime with Superman in the first one and everyone that was against Superman has to band together to take down a common enemy, which is Brainiac. And it's really well done. The writing is very good. It makes sense. It's easy to follow. And the voice acting in this game, fan-freaking-tastic. I could not believe it. Every performance was really well done. I loved it. I was like, wow, they really are convincing. I mean, there was like maybe one or two lines that maybe like some of the characters delivered where I was like, it could have been done a little bit better. But the voice acting overall was spot on. This story was very, very good. And the graphics to this game were improved so much. Like, the female character models in the first game weren't too good, but in this one, they really went all out. They improved it a lot. The facial animations are so much better. The way the character looks are so much better. In fact, when you take damage in this game, no longer will you have a random chunk of meat popping out of your body. This one, you'll just have dirt, you'll get bruised and stuff like that. It looks better. I thought the chunk of meat coming out of you kind of looked a little weird. So, they definitely improved on the graphics, and the story is great. The only complaint I have with the story is that I do wish it was a little bit longer. Small gripe, but other than that, the story was fantastic. Awesome sequel. They capitalized it. It's very simple to follow, and it felt natural when you got into those fights. It didn't feel like some other fighting games where it's just kind of like, oh, okay, we're gonna fight. That's it. This one, it made sense. Very well written. You guys will definitely enjoy it. Just wish it was a little bit longer, but it was awesome. Absolutely great. Next thing I want to talk about is the amount of people in this roster. Holy crap. The amount of characters in this game just from the get-go is huge. Great amount of characters that all feel vastly different from one another. And if you're a huge DC fan, guess what? You're going to have a bunch of fan service. All kinds of characters that you're going to be happy to see in this game. I like Marvel and DC, so I was very happy to see some of these characters, especially Blue Beetle. I was like, oh man, after seeing Young Justice, I really started to like that character and go into his comics and see just what his story is. And it's awesome to see him in there. And obviously, as you know, we do have more characters coming out later, 9 DLC characters. So it's up to you if you want to buy those. It's not forced upon you, because the roster that you have right from the get-go is large enough that I think you'll be satisfied even if you don't want to buy any more characters. That's just up to you if you want to buy more characters and support the game from there. Also, I gotta say, the amount of content in this game is absolutely amazing. We have the story, then we have the multiverse, which is like mission mode, where you have different Earths that have different missions for you to do that vary in difficulty and vary in rewards they're gonna give you. Some will give you epic gear if they're really hard, some will give you boxes, some will give you random epic gear, some will give you specific gear for specific characters that you might play that will encourage you to go out there and play more. And if you're not that good at the game, you can just do some of the easier ones and still get a great amount of stuff. You're always getting things in this game, which is very good. You're always getting loot boxes. You're always feeling like you're making progress. The progression system in this game is very well done as well. You always feel like when you level up, you're getting something, you're accomplishing something. Every time I open up one of the loot boxes that were in this game, they have diamond, platinum, gold, silver, and bronze loot boxes. And you can get these types of loot boxes in the guild that you're in, if you join a guild if you want to. Or you can just get it from just playing multiverse, getting credits, buying stuff. And you always feel like you're able to get these. You always feel like you're getting rewarded constantly, which is great. And the microtransactions in this game, by the way, are not terrible. The microtransactions in this game just make you could just buy the ability to make a character turn level 20, Or you could just make it so that you can get premier skins. You cannot buy loot boxes with real money, which is why it's great. We're all on a level playing field because we're all working hard to unlock these loot boxes and unlock more gear. Speaking of gear, the gear in this game is really cool. You could really go crazy. You could just keep customizing your character and make a really unique looking superhero or supervillain, and you can really make them look like your own. With the gear system, it's great. You have the ability to use these regen tokens that if you have a piece of gear that you really like, but it's a low level gear, but you love the way that thing looks, all you have to do is go play the game, unlock some regen tokens, and when you reach level 20, use a regen token and make it go to a level 20 item, and maybe you'll be better. Probably will be better, because that's how it's been in my experience. But this game is constantly rewarding you for playing the game. You don't have to pay for microtransactions. Just play the game and you will unlock stuff. This is a very accessible game as well for people who are not great at fighting games. If you're not great at this game, you don't have to play online, and don't feel like, oh man, I don't play online so I can't unlock things. No, play the single player. And you could play the multiverse. You could do the AI simulator where you just make your own team, level up the character, and just have the AI fight for you, and you will get rewarded for it. There's constantly a lot of ways for people who are not great at fighting games to unlock things and feel like, hey, this is a great purchase. Because at the end of the day, this game is great. This game has so much content. This game has so many different modes you can play. This game encourages you to keep playing the game by rewarding you with loot boxes. It doesn't make you go, hey, spend real money on this loot box so you can unlock new gear. No, you always feel like you're getting rewarded simply for playing this game. So at the end of the day, in my opinion, Injustice 2 is a huge improvement over the first one. The microtransactions, the way they do it is fantastic. They do not sit there and go, hey, buy loot boxes. No, you could buy skins, or you can just make a character go level 20 if you don't have time to sit there and devote all this time to make a character go to level 20. So this game supports you playing the game. You can constantly unlock things. The progression feels wonderful. The amount of customization is great. The graphics were improved so much from the first one. The story is very well written, very well performed. This game is fantastic, guys. I don't know if you can tell, but my only gripe with it, like I said, was that the story could have been a little bit longer, but that's it. Everything else has been improved so much. The content, the amount of modes, the amount of things you could do in this game, just how accessible it is, the guild mode. Everything is great. If you're not a huge fan of fighting games, I do suggest you come out and try out Injustice 2. Simply for the fact that you will just have a good time playing this game. It's awesome. So instead of keep rambling, at the end of the day, Injustice 2 gets a solid A from me, guys. This game was awesome. This is the definition of a sequel done right. It took everything that was great about Injustice 1 and it just added to it. It made it so much better. This game is awesome. I cannot wait to go back and play this game. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Those are my thoughts on Injustice 2. My next video coming out will be Alien Covenant. I'm going to see it tonight so I can review it, and the video might be up either tonight or tomorrow, depending on how I feel. But as always, guys, tell me what you guys thought of Injustice 2 in the comments below. And as always, have a great day, and thank you so much for watching. Oh, and follow me on Twitter at Planetary Review. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.